Alright, kia ora, welcome to my YouTube. This is my first ever video I'm making, and this is going to be me metamorphosizing into or aligning into the version of myself that I want to become and that I want to create. Oh my god, okay, this has been a very long journey. I will tell you guys that right now. Obviously you can see I'm in my bedroom, my brown wall bedroom, but I'm not planning on staying here forever. I plan on getting out of this room soon and being able to express myself creatively and authentically, and living in soul alignment with who I really want to become. Yeah, a little bit about my spiritual journey, or spiritual journey, I guess we can call it that. I started back in 2020. Yeah, so it's been a minute. I started back in 2020, and honestly I thought spirituality was going to be the answer to all my questions, my prayers, whatever you want to, however you want to say that. I used to think all I needed to do was just buy a couple crystals and then somehow I was gonna manifest $1 million in 3 weeks. Yeah, I mean, I came to realize not long after that that's not actually how it works. And I used to sit there and I used to cry about it and be like, oh, this is all bullshit, this is all bullshit. It's just because I just didn't realize that, and spirituality was actually you working on you from the inside out, okay, which is actually what it is, okay. It's literally you becoming the alchemist of your own life. Like, that's all spirituality really is. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. People think, oh, let me buy this pyrite because they said this is a good crystal for manifesting money. Let me buy this citrine because it's going to manifest money. Let me buy this clear quartz because it's going to help me clear out all the bullshit in my life. Babies, those rocks don't do anything but sit on the window looking pretty. I hate to be the one. You have to do the work. I hate to break it to you. You got to be the one to do the work. And don't worry, baby, because I came from the exact same space that you're in right now. I thought the crystals was going to do all the work for me, you know. They just sitting on my little desk thing now. They've been bed rotting for 3 years. They bed rot more than I do. And I got some on my windows so they can get some sunlight. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah. And spirituality, I've come to realize that spirituality is actually you learning to become the alchemist, the magician of your own life, and learning to create the life that you want to live just by simply being a bad bitch. No, but yeah, basically that's what it really is. Yeah, so like I said, I started my spiritual journey 2020, and how did that go for me? Not well. I actually ended up in spiritual psychosis in 2022, and I would talk to the walls for 8 hours a day. But it's alright. I called a therapist. I didn't go to therapy. I skipped the session. But I thought about it. So that that's pretty good. That was, you know, that was one step closer to actually going, so that was all good. And also I'm actually a really self-aware person, so when I clocked that I was talking to the walls for 8 hours a day, I went, girl, you need to stop that. Girl. So I picked up more hours at my job so I could stop talking to the walls. I don't know if I should put all that in here. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. I don't talk to the walls anymore. I do talk to the walls. You know what? I'm not even talking to the walls, okay? I'm just consulting with a real one. These days, babe. What can I say? Ain't no one on my level. Can't no one help me. Ain't no one been in the positions that I've been in. So I have to just mental guide myself and talk to myself to get myself to where I need to be. Unfortunately. I don't think there's... I've been to therapy like twice in my life. They said, how's your day been? And I said, good. And they said, what do you want to talk about? And I said, girl, you're the professional, that's why I'm here. I know. So that's basically why I stopped going, because that shit was boring. Boring. Do I look like I want to sit and talk about my day? God, if I wanted to do that, I'd just find a random boy on Hinge. The fit. But yeah, so we never made it to the intense sessions because I never went back. But yeah, so my spiritual journey has definitely been going on for a while. Once again, like I said, sorry, I just keep going off track, my bad. I started in 2020. And obviously I started with the tarot cards and the crystals, just like everyone else was in 2020. And I remember I used to get so mad at my tarot cards and be like, I fucking hate you, like you don't even know me, why are you telling me that? Girl, you don't even know how to read tarot, why are you freaking the fuck out? To be fair, it's just because those damn motherfucking tarots was trying to tell me my ex wasn't good for me. And I was literally going through it. Just, how are we going to tell me someone's not good for me and I'm literally in love with them? You're wrong. You're wrong, babes. You're wrong. So yeah, I used to like get super mad at my tarot decks all the time. So that's where my thing started. But you know what? Actually, you know what? When I bought crystals for the first time, because my ex-boyfriend bought them for me, I said these are gonna help clear out all the bad energies that I don't need in my life. And so he bought them for me because that was my convincing statement. He bought them for me, and then 2 weeks later he broke up with me. So maybe get you a crystal. Maybe you should get you a crystal, babe. Maybe you should. But yeah, that's where my spiritual journey started, and then I eventually ended up moving out of my parents' house for the first time. I ran away to Wellington. I lived in a hostel, babes. I was actually homeless, and then I lived in a hostel. I was homeless, and when I was going to this hostel, I had $8 in my bank account, and I was about to go sleep on the street for the night. Well, I wasn't really homeless, but I kind of almost was, and I was about to go sleep on the street for the night because I only had $8 left in my bank account, and I spent that $8 on iced coffee. I was 20. I had no guidance, no mentorship in the world. Like, baby, I got nothing. I've only got me. I don't have anyone in my life that's did the things that I'm trying to do. Once again, I don't have anyone that's been on the path that I'm going on right now. So I don't have anyone to talk to about what I'm going through. That's why I said I got to consult a real one, and that's me. But yeah, so I did that. Got into some work because I had to make money somehow. Basically, I was homeless. Basically, 2021. It was like 2021-ish, I think. And then 2021. Oh yeah, that was 2021. And then later on in that was the beginning of 2021. And then later on down in 2021, I ended up all the way down in Tauno, which is this tiny town all the way down the bottom of the South Island. Ended up all the way down there, and I basically had no one. My one friend that I moved down there to be with, she ended up moving home. So I stayed down there by myself. And then I just had a job, worked long hours. So I think that's why I was talking to the walls, because realistically, I live in a town where there's a population of about 600 people. I don't know a single soul. I don't want to know a single soul. I don't care to go and know a single soul. Like, I'm not even trying to be here for long. Like, I'm just trying to work on my whole water, babes. I'm trying to work on mental, spiritual, and emotional, and I'm trying to sort my life out a little bit and feel like a motherfucking adult. I don't know, something along those lines. But yeah. And then down in Tiano, obviously I got a little bit bored doing all the inner work, so then I started doing a little bit of outer work, and I started going to the gym and fixing my appearance up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And in 2023, I moved back up to Tauranga. I was there for a little while. That while didn't last too long. And then I ended up back here in Rotorua at my parents' house. In my kaka room. No, I love this room. I love this because this is my little personal space, girl. You don't know how many times I've cried in these 4 walls, girl. You don't know how much things these 4 walls have seen, girl. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, ended up back here. And then that would have been 2023, early 2023. I think I ended up back here. And now we're into 2025. And I'm about to be 25. And my frontal lobe is about to be developed. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna get out. How I'm gonna dip from this bitch. But I do love this bitch, don't get me wrong. I love this whenua, I love this land. This is, you know, there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of whanaungatanga here. Whanaungatanga here. Okay? And I love it. But it's time for me to go on my own way, go my own journey now. I think I've healed my relationship with my whenua here, with my family home here, because obviously this family home here, this is as I first started, you know, when I was a young girl, like this whenua for me holds a lot of trauma. And so when I came back here in 2023, I already knew I had to come back and, you know, not necessarily close off those chapters of my life, but just kind of be present with them, allow them to have their moment, have their say, you know, like allow them to just be heard, be seen by me, by adult me. But yeah, and just simply flow out of that state and move on and move into these next chapters of my life. And I genuinely do not think that if I had have never came home, I think I would have still been struggling in a way, because I never would have come back and acknowledged those versions of myself, if all of that makes sense. Yeah, so right now I feel like I'm in this little tube that I'm about to come out of, and then be in alignment with the life that I really want to live, because I've done a lot of the inner work. I've shifted my mindset immensely. I've shifted my emotional state once again immensely. My physical state, I look healthy, I look nutritious, I look stunning and beautiful, and I look like I'm that motherfucking bitch, you know, and my features are soft. And I've come to terms that I've got really soft features, and girl, you don't need to look like a baddie. You can look like a soft, whimsical cutie patootie. Like, it's all good, babes. You don't have to be you're not a baddie, babes. You don't even have baddie feet, you know, like. So I've come to all those terms now. And once again, I think that's another spiritual thing I have to really work on. But yeah, so this is me just learning to tap in to this new whimsical and soft side of me, and allow myself to be able to just flow from a place of softness and whimsiness, and yeah, flow from that state, and not try to just constantly be in control of everything that I want. Like, you know, when I want something, sometimes I'm like, okay, I want that so badly, I have to have it, and then I'm like, I'll do anything to have it. And I really do, sometimes I really do anything to have the things that I want. But I've come to a place recently where I'm like, you know, I've really learned that definition of what's meant for me will find me. Like, I've really learned the definition of that through making all those like little mindset shifts over the last couple of years. And yeah, so this is me impact through art. My name just changed our group name to something called Impact Through Art. Impact through, baby, this is me impacting through art, through expression, this is me creating the life that I want through art, like expression really, but you know, it's all art at the end of I don't know. I forgot what I was saying, sorry. Creating the life that I want through soft and whimsical ways. I don't know. But yeah. But anyways, I was gonna do this this is me metamorphosizing into the version that I want to be. This is me creating the version of me that I want to become, because I've done 5 big years of spiritual journey, of being on my spiritual journey, and now I've come to a place in life where I can say that I'm confident that I am the alchemist of my life, where I can say I am confident that everything that I want will find its way to me, where I'm confident enough to say, like, I'm going to create the life that I want. And I want to bring you guys on this journey with me. And once again, like I said, we're starting in this little brown room, this little brown box cabin room and it's in my parents' driveway. I live in my parents' driveway. Someone's giving away £15 on Reddit. But yeah, I live in my parents' driveway. Maybe that will help fund my move to... No, but I live in my parents' driveway right now. And so this is me transitioning and aligning into the person, or aligning into the life that I really want to live. And I was going to do this 35-day metamorphosis challenge, which is basically... I was just doing this because this has just got some stuff for like interviews on it, some questions, so I'll just show you this bit. 30-day metamorphosis challenge, seven tasks that I have to complete every single day, because 7 is my favorite number, and I have it literally tattooed right over here, and my birthday is on the 7th of July, so you know, of course, and on the 7th of 7 2007 I turned 7, so of course my favorite number. But yeah, no daily activity, intuitively moving your body for 30 minutes, no phone for the first and last hour of the day, 1 adult task a day, feel like you've got a goal, which is just a nutritious meal every single day, bringing a self-sabotage habit to the forefront and then learning to drop that, 2 minutes of daily reflection every day in Te Reo Māori, and then morning writing, or like a morning brain dump, that's what it's called. But yeah, but you know what, I think every day I'm gonna try and complete these tasks, but I'm also gonna come on here and kōrero to you guys, and I would love to sit here and chat in Te Reo Māori, but unfortunately I am not fluent. So no mai haere mai, welcome to my, what's journey in Māori, hairetanga? No, I don't know. No mai haere mai ki toku YouTube channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Ko Te Wai Maxwell toku ingoa. My name is Te Wai Maxwell. And this is my journey into creating the version of me that I really want to become in 2025. And it is, what is the date today? 1st January, February, March, April. Oh, I wrote this on the 1st of May. It is, I think we're on the 27th of May. I've started looking at everything like it's an opportunity, and opportunities are now being presented and brought to me. I'm attending dance classes, I've sussed gym passes, money is being given to me, I'm networking, and today I'll be applying at some gyms for PT contracts. I don't know if I did that. But anyways, like I said, this was for like interviews. I've actually had two interviews, just phone interviews for 2 gyms up in Auckland CBD today. Oh no, one today, one yesterday, I mean. And I also said to the guy today, I said, oh yeah, I'll be back up in Auckland next week, next Wednesday for sure. Let's lock in an in-person interview. So you lock that in. God, I don't even know where to stay. I'm just trusting. And if I have to, I'll stay in a hostel. Once again, like I said, I moved to Wellington when I was literally a 20-year-old girl with $150 to her name, and I was basically almost about to be homeless, and I lived in a hostel for 8 months. Like, you think a little roach scares me? No, roaches do scare me. I actually find clean hostels. But yeah, I've had 2 interviews for PT contracts. So exciting. I've learned to move out of survival mode. I am no longer trying to survive. I'm simply here living my life and allowing the things that are meant for me to flow to me. Aww, that's so cute. I'm so cute. But yeah, this is my YouTube channel, and yeah, this is my first video, and yeah, and I think that's like my introduction video, I guess. Māori pride. Yeah, alright, ka kite. I'll see you on my next video. Alright, ka kite.